All right, so this is going to be a shorter video. We're going to talk about what happens at the synapse. So we talked about how an action potential occurs. This is running all along the axon. And once we reach the axon terminals, then we're going to be releasing chemicals called neurotransmitters into that synaptic cleft to stimulate neighboring cells. So the first step at the synaptic cleft is once that action potential hits the axon terminal, calcium channels are going to open. I'm sorry. So the calcium channels opening allows the vesicles to fuse with the plasma membrane at the axon terminal, and this is going to allow them to release their chemicals via exocytosis. And so here you see that release of the neurotransmitter via exocytosis. Neurotransmitter is then going to move across the synaptic cleft to the neighboring plasma membrane where there are receptors for the neurotransmitter. So the receptors for the neurotransmitter will take in the neurotransmitter, and when that happens, it changes the structure of the neurotransmitter or of the receptor. So basically these are gated channels that open, and when they open, that allows sodium to rush in. And so once the neurotransmitter is bound, sodium ions are able to rush through the ion channel. This is going to cause a graded potential, and potentially, I love that, and possibly an action potential will also occur if enough sodium rushes in. So as soon as the neurotransmitters are released from the synaptic cleft or are released from the axon terminal into the synaptic cleft, they're going to bind to the neighboring cell receptor, but at the same time, we have a lot of enzymes in the synaptic cleft that break down the neurotransmitter. And so we're going to have these neurotransmitters bind, and immediately they get broken down. So the only way, and as soon as they're broken down, that sodium channel closes, which is why only if enough neurotransmitter is released will we actually have an action potential occur, because you have to have enough sodium to rush in to change that resting membrane potential from a -70 all the way to a -55. So at this point, you should be able to tell me how neurons communicate at synapses. I'm actually going to stop this video. I realize it's a very short video, but we're going to watch this movie in our next video so that you have an understanding of how synapses work. This is a great video, so I'll stop this and you can watch the next video, okay?